So let me guess, you are an artist and you love creating art in a bunch of different styles, and you keep hearing from people that if you want to be successful with your art, you need to find one style and a niche and your identity as an artist. You are not alone. Join the club of artists trying to find their own style. I personally struggled with this so much for years and years, and I followed all the advice from people here on YouTube, and I did online classes, and I tried all the things to try to find my style. And very few advices that I found online actually worked, so I decided to do this video to share my perspective and what worked for me. It's not an easy recipe, but it's more of like a mindset change. Before we start, if you like this content and if you want to see more videos from me, just click some buttons down here just to help me out. And yeah, let's get started. First, stop fighting where you're at and enjoy being lost. Not knowing where you're going or how you're getting there can actually be a blessing in disguise. This place can be uncomfortable, unstable, and unpredictable. It can definitely be scary. But unfortunately, feeling lost is part of the journey, and the more you run away from it, the more lost you'll probably feel. So stop running from it and just accept it. Accept that you're lost. I know we live in a society where we're constantly pressured to be productive and to have things clear, to know what we want, to be one thing and to put labels on it so everyone can understand us better. But we are complex beings, and art is about the deep, complex, interesting, magical sides of us that don't come with a manual. Making art can truly be a soul-searching process, and honestly, we will always be looking for ways to express our true self in it because we're always changing. This lost space that you're in right now offers infinite possibilities. You gotta let go of control and enjoy the journey. As hard as this sounds, once you just accept being in the space, making art will become so much easier. Years ago, when I quit my job to become an artist, I was so lost and I was so scared to tell my boss that I wanted to quit because I really admired him, and in my eyes, that was a really good job at the time. I was really successful for my age, and it was just a really big decision to quit without knowing what I wanted to do. So I was scared he was gonna think I was crazy or naive or childish or spoiled, but he ended up telling me something that I'll never forget. The most amazing things are born from emptiness. Those words stayed with me so hard, and I still think of it almost every day, and it totally opened my eyes because I learned through my whole life to avoid emptiness, to avoid not knowing, to desperately search for knowing something and knowing where I'm going and knowing what's going on, right? It's really uncomfortable to not know. But once he said that to me, I understood that emptiness is just a place like any other place. It's not negative, it's not a bad thing, it's just a state where you're at right now. If you keep fighting, you're never gonna learn the amazing things that the emptiness can actually teach you. So just try to embrace it and see what happens. Just relax and your style will become more clear sooner or later. The second advice I have for you is to explore even more ways of making art. I know this sounds scary because you're actually trying to find one way that's your way and you're trying to narrow it down and not expand it, right? Well, just hear me out. Maybe you've never really felt like you were completely, truly yourself in your space, like feeling grounded in your most authentic self as an artist. And to feel and to be in a place that you've never been before, you need to do something you've never done before. And in this case, if you actually want things to change, if you want to change the way you feel about your art or the way you practice your art, you want to change your mindset, not limit it. If you are trying to narrow down your art styles into one by trying to pick a favorite or just pick the one that makes people appreciate you more, for example, or the one that gives you more likes and more follows, you are actually limiting your creative potential. It's not random that you like making art in different ways. Somehow they complement each other, even if you don't understand how. So instead of trying to pick one style, try taking some risks, experiment with things you've never done before, get out of the styles you're used to for a little bit, and honestly, just try failing. Get out of what's comfortable to get yourself in a different state of mind. If you're always succeeding and you're pleasing everyone around you, you're not really exploring your full creative potential. essential. Do things in a different way, mix different styles, maybe start a new hobby or go to different places, meet new people. Honestly, just getting out of your comfort zone, both in life and in your art, because they are completely connected, you allow your brain to be in a state of creativity more often. If you're always doing the same things, making art at the same times, like if you created a routine for you and you're still trying to find your style by narrowing your options, you are trying to find your art style through control and not freedom. I personally only felt close to my art style when I broke all the walls that I was trying to create for myself and my art, and I just allowed myself to experiment. It was a crazy time and I never felt more lost in the beginning, but after experimenting for a while and trying like a bunch of different mediums and just drawing different subjects, I just felt called to my current style again, which is this detailed drawings that I'm showing you right now. I was able to feel more grounded as an artist and able to express myself better through this style. And I've been doing this for years and years, and only after trying other things and experiment with different mediums was that I felt like this was my actual style, even though I've been doing this since the beginning. The third and last advice I have for you is honestly my favorite and the one that actually changed the game for me, and it's try treating your art as a living thing with thoughts, feelings, and opinions. So let me explain. What if your art was alive and wanted to be in a certain way? What if you get out of this place of control and put yourself in a position of observer or listener? By creating this illusion of separating you from your art, you might allow yourself to capture some signs you might be limiting or repressing. Subconsciously, you might be afraid of seeing what is truly there in your art if you believe your art is an expression of yourself. Maybe you're scared your art is gonna be ugly, and subconsciously that means you're ugly. Deep inside, we all know that we as artists are very close related to the art itself. And this can be really scary. I remember when I started drawing these things that just came to my mind, and I found my drawings really creepy, and I just really didn't want to be a creepy person. Didn't make sense to me. I used to be so like happy and cheerful, but my drawings were like so dark and scary. It honestly scared me. And I tried running away from this style for years, just because I was scared of this being a reflection of myself. This is how art can be so powerful as a self-awareness tool as well. If you project the feelings you have towards your art on yourself, what parts of yourself are you judging? If you think part of your art is ugly or creepy like I did, or maybe not good enough, what part of you do you think is ugly or creepy or not good enough? The more you learn to love and accept yourself for who you are, the more you will trust in your art to be able to just be what it wants to be. And I promise you, if you listen to and follow your art, you will get somewhere that's just yours, that feels authentic, unique, and that feels like home to you. I'm not talking just about success or money or a career or anything too practical, but more of a genuine feeling of truly being yourself in life and in your art. When we feel like we are in a super authentic place, we naturally attract success and money and everything else that we want because it's just a magnetic feeling. Your art can be a portal to this powerful state of being. So just follow it. Let me know if you want a whole video on how to do this in a more practical way, because I feel like I have so much to talk about the subject and how art can truly help us manifest the life of our dreams. But yeah, I feel like this is a super deep subject and it's really close to my heart because I feel like I grew so much, not only as an artist, but as a person through this search of my art style. Honestly, if you think about it, this search for an art style is actually a search for yourself. It's a search for who you truly are and who you want to be in this world. So I really hope this video gives you some insight and some ideas to think about. I know it's not really a recipe or a step-by-step tutorial, but honestly for me, what actually helped me find my Art style was self-reflection and really understanding who I was and learning to love myself and accept myself as I am, so I could finally accept my art as it wants to be. So this is it for today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked this content, subscribe to my channel and click the like button so we can connect again in the close future with some more wholesome art content. Also, if you want to watch the full process of creating this drawing and see it finished, check out the link in the description for 30 days free on Skillshare to watch all my classes and all the other amazing creative classes on the platform. Yeah, so I'll see you next week. Bye!